Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nugget News. Today we've got some special guests from a coin that's been around since 2014, privacy-focused proof of stake. We welcome Alex and Paul from Navcoin. How you going, guys?
Very good, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Now you guys have got some big updates coming out soon, but for anyone at home that's not familiar with Navcoin, how would you describe it just briefly?
Well, Navcoin is a relatively small cryptocurrency. Of one of our main difference with another coins that we try to be sustainable with the environment. That means that the process where how our network validates blocks and transactions doesn't require big amounts of energy. This process is called proof of stake. We also have a very strong focus on privacy. We think that it's one of the most important rights of people that needs to be protected. And we also try to hold on a very decentralized governance where there is no central entity, not only validating the transactions and validating the network, but also on the process of making decisions on the project.
Yeah, and one of the other things we try to do is we're trying to make this accessible for everyone. It's one of our biggest focus is trying to demystify cryptocurrency and also trying to make our interfaces and our information as easily as accessible so everyone can get involved. So that includes the way we try and implement privacy. So it's one of the main things we focus on with kind of every feature we try and release to try and make it not so convoluted.
Yeah, and I think some of even the bigger projects are starting to find out the importance of actually having that community, and decentralized gets thrown around a lot, but we're seeing some of the issues from those projects that might be slightly more centralized than others. So one of the updates you guys have got coming out is that community fund, which is very much community focused, dual voting system for proposals. Walk us through how that works.
I'll leave this over to Alex because he kind of built most of the core of that and was around for when it kind of all kicked off.
Awesome.
Yeah, the community fund basically is, as its name says, a fund where some coins are put automatically every time that a new block is created, and those coins are locked and can only be withdrawn based on the consensus and the decisions of the members of the network. That means that there is always an amount of money that is going to be available for use in projects or in decisions, or for example, to providing some new infrastructure for the project based on this decentralized consensus on a voting mechanism that is going to have two phases, where at the beginning people is going to propose some projects to spend the money, and then this money is going to get locked and it's going to be later released once the project is finished and the work is already done. That is going to be one of the big difference compared to another decentralized governance systems like Dash or Decred, for example, has.
Yeah. So what's the annual rate of return for proof of stake at the moment in terms of rewards that someone can achieve if they want to help support the network? And what % of that goes into this community fund?
The inflation is a maximum of 5%.
Yeah.
From this 5%, roughly 1/5, that is 0.25 NAV, is going to the community fund, while the rest goes to the staking reward for the stakers.
Fantastic. Cool. The other thing I wanted to talk about was your privacy mechanism. So how does that function at the moment, and how is that going to function with this big upgrade that's coming? Because privacy is so important to people these days, and there's lots of different styles of privacy out there.
Yeah. Until now, we were using Navtech. That was a kind of centralized set of servers that were acting as mixers, as tumblers for the coins. This required kind of trust in the operators of those servers. So we were not really satisfied with this solution. So we started researching, and we found a modification, a variation of an existing protocol that is within that is going to work pretty good, and we are pretty happy with it. Actually, I brought a paper about the cryptographic changes that we proposed to this protocol. It has been reviewed by a cryptographer, and he's pretty happy also with it. So I think that probably in 1 month, 2 months, we will be able to tell more about it. We also want to to wait a bit to have something ready, something that we can show more than the paper before we roll out more details about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other, again, just harking back to kind of before, the other thing we're trying to do with this privacy implementation is, again, make it as simple as possible to use. So you literally click a button to use it. It's not going to be a big process to use have private transactions or stuff like that. So again, just before, we're just trying to bake the ease of use straight into everything we're doing. So it's just simple for everyone to use.
Basically what we are, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, just to expand on that a bit further, what were the issues with other privacy methods or other coins that you saw, and why you went down that direction?
Alex?
Yeah, that's basically one of the things that we want to fix. We found a very strong cryptographically protocol that is the level of privacy that it offers is quite good, but the process to use it was a bit complicated. You have kind of mixed the coins first. You cannot really send the coins to someone. You have to let the coins kind of mature. So at the end, this is more complicated for the normal user, and it requires also like a steep learning curve. So what we want to try is to reduce all these previous steps that are necessary to send a private transaction, to make it more straightforward, so people is going to be able to, since the beginning, since the first moment, able to use those privacy functionalities.
So for those people at home that might not be aware, sometimes if you're tumbling, it can be more expensive than a normal transaction, and you have to wait a given time for blocks to pass and obfuscate those transactions and jumble them in together. It's not as simple as clicking a button and your transaction is instant and private. It takes some computation, guys. Is that a good way to explain it to a beginner? Or?
I'd say that's basically spot on. But the thing we're trying to add is we're trying to do it so you don't have to do any of that, of course. And with our 30-second block time, we can kind of get it sent and done. So we confirm in under 30 seconds, generally, or roughly 30 seconds to get it all across the line.
So everyone wants to earn some rewards, particularly in a bear market. You said there's a 5% reward at the moment, but you're looking to implement cold staking. So I can earn those rewards from my wallet or my hardware wallet while it's safely offline at home. Is that pretty close to having that implemented as well, Alex? Or?
Yeah, I think we are going to have it ready in probably 1.5 months, 2 months, the latest.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we're just about to. It's been code complete for quite a while. So actually, if anyone wants to look at that, please pull up our repos and come along and have a test and see if they can break it. Would be a great start. But we are literally about to launch the community fund, and then we're going to full test mode and full regression suite testing into cold staking to make sure that we're not doing anything untoward. But yeah, anyone can go look at that code and that PR right now against our repo. It's there. It's waiting. Please come and bash it. We'd be happy for anyone to come look at it.
Awesome. I think the whole notion of being able to do everything from your wallet is going to be very important going forward, and particularly for privacy coins. We've seen some governments sort of crack down on those a little bit. So once you own the privacy coins, guys, and they're yours and they're in your wallet, the freedom to trade peer-to-peer, or the next thing I've got as a talking point here is Blockbid, big Australian exchange that we're happy to be partnered with, and you guys will be listing on them when they open very soon. And they're Australian based, but they are going to be global for customers and followers of ours around the world. So that must be exciting for you guys. And a lot of your team are based across the ditch in New Zealand, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to be listed on exchanges, especially one which literally is across, like you say, across the ditch. Most of our team is NZ based. Alex is based in Berlin. That's just the way it's kind of turned out over time. So yeah, it's pretty exciting to be listed.
Awesome. So what else excites you guys about Navcoin? What else do you want to do in the future? Is there plans for smart contracts and further expansion, or are you trying to be just a bit niche and really community focused and have that privacy aspect?
I can kind of start a little bit with the community, and then maybe Alex can take a bit of the future vision for what we're kind of heading towards. So yeah, we are trying to basically be a completely decentralized governance model. So that means that with the community fund reaching out and the dual consensus locking mechanism that we're introducing, the system is fully sustainable. The network can completely sustain itself. It can reward people for doing their work, and the network itself can actually vote that people have done the work, and it's added value to the network as a whole. But I just want to make a key point with that it's not just about developers and technical people kind of getting involved. It can literally be anyone. So if you're a designer or you want to do an advertising campaign, or you feel like making some artwork that the community might like, if the community likes it and the network thinks that it is going to be a valuable addition, you can put a proposal in and it gets accepted, and then you can ask for your payment request after the work is done. So it's really interesting in that respect. It's not just a technical, we're going to develop an offering. It's aimed at the community, for the community, and to get the wider people, because there's a lot of people involved in crypto that aren't necessarily developer heavy.
Yes. Anything to add to that, Alex?
Yep. Yeah, basically Paul did a very good description of where we want to put Navcoin in the next months. We want to set very strong fundamentals. Of course, the cryptocurrency industry is always changing. So once we are here, of course, there will be new things that we will want to add to the Navcoin protocol. Regarding your question about the smart contracts, this is a different platform that we are also working on it, that is Valence. This is already in very early stages, but we will start very soon bringing some news about it and some working products also.
Awesome.
Correct.
That's Valence. Is that how you pronounce that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And do you say that's a different blockchain altogether, or just a side platform to Navcoin?
No, it's a different blockchain. Of course, it's going to be almost the same team working in the same platform, so they are going to be pretty fit between each other, pretty related. Awesome. But it's going to be a completely different blockchain. Yeah.
Yeah. So so just to quickly cap on that, which we haven't. So the idea with that is Navcoin is the sleek currency that does the transaction in 30 seconds, privacy, can do all that type of thing, and then Valence is a really purely designed for data. It's and designed to basically be like the lorry truck of the blockchain kind of infrastructure. So it's designed to move a lot of data.
Awesome.
And the other ones, or smart contract and all those other things baked in.
If we, for example, want to add like new conditions for payments in Navcoin, we cannot use the Navcoin of the blockchain of Navcoin to host all this data that we want to use as a source for the smart contracts. What we will use is Valence. So the two blockchains, even if they are different, are going to be very closely connected.
Interoperable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. Well, I guess final thing I'd say was any other projects or things that you feel that crypto needs at the moment? Some favorite projects of yours? Where do you think we're at in this bear market? Do you think we're very close to sort of turning it around, or what do you see? Where's the space at the moment?
Well, I can mostly feel that probably the market found the bottom. I also think that probably we are going to be sideways for a while. But I think this is good to filter a bit all the scams that were happening in the industry. If you ask me about what other projects besides Navcoin I'm excited about, I can say Tesos. That is a smart contract platform. I'm sure that you know it. I'm also a big fan of Monero. That is also a very good privacy project. And of course, Navcoin.
Yeah, I'm much in the same boat, to be honest with you, with Alex's view on the world. I also think that the blockchain space is really only at its infancy. So we're involved with, a few other things around the place as well. And it's really just starting to gear up. And we see that with the conversations that we have with businesses and a few other things around the place. It's really just starting to get going now. And it's going to be a big future ahead, I think.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. I will put all the links below, guys, if you want to join the Navcoin community and start staking those coins. I might even do a tutorial on how you can earn those rewards once they go to cold staking. So thanks so much for joining us today, guys.
Thank you for having us. And anyone else, please just come join our community, get involved. We're open source, and just come and have a go.
Awesome. Cheers, guys. Talk soon.